Hello everyone, welcome to a new Coach Dive Academy Lab Guide. I'm Corentin Guinez and today we're gonna go to Imola for the last week of the IMSA Michelin Pilot Challenge. We're gonna go with the RS3 this time. And first we're gonna go with the yacht lap around the track and then I'm gonna go into more details about the track. So yeah, let's get started. Alright, here we go.
That lap was a 153.76.
Alright guys, here we go for the detailed lap. So here we are, start finish line, and we're gonna go for turn 1, which is the Variante Tambuelo, which is the first chicane of the track. In the straight now, lot of speed. Here we come now for the first braking zone. I'm gonna look at the exit road, which is right there on the right. And I'm gonna brake few meters just behind that. The apex is just there, so I'm gonna first look at my braking point, which is few meters behind that exit road, and then I'm gonna look at the apex on the inside. So I'm braking like 80%, I think, and I'm gonna now look at the apex. I'm gonna go as close as I can of the grass on the outside of the corner to then have a good angle for to take the first corner of the chicane. Now I'm starting to release the brakes and I'm gonna try to hit the apex now. I'm trying to avoid the curb on the inside, the sausage curb, which is here, because sometimes it can get really bouncy and it can just send you on the on too wide on the exit of the first left corner, and then it's gonna be really bad for the right corner, which is the exit of the chicane. So I'm trying to avoid as much as I can the curb, or if I take it like really carefully, just to make sure that it's fine for the exit. So now I'm gonna go slow-mo, as you can see on the curb. Like I'm using, I think the half of the sausage curb, which is enough, because I think if you go like a bit too aggressive, yeah, like I said, it's gonna be really bouncy in the exit. Now I'm gonna go for the right corner of the chicane. I'm gonna this time use the curb again. This time you can go really aggressive on this one, because even if you go wide on the exit, it's fine, because it's not like a tight corner for turn 4, which is there on the curb now. Turn 4 is straight out, using all the curb on the inside. And there you can go wide. Even if you're wide, you can use all the red and white curb. Do not go over that curb because they changed the track limits now, so it's a bit harsh with the off tracks. So if you go wider than the white and red curb, you're gonna get the off track. So it's gonna be it will delete your time, your lap time. Now we move on the Variante Villeneuve, which is turn 6, turn 5 and 6. For the braking points, I'm gonna look at the 50-meter board on the right, and I'm gonna look at the apex, which is the two sausage curbs. On the inside, it's quite smooth on the curb, so you can use all of them. It's fine. It's a bit bouncy when you land from it, so make sure that you're not braking too strong, otherwise you're gonna spin the rear of the car, and you're gonna basically go in the gravel on the outside. So make sure that you are releasing a bit the brakes when you hit these curbs. So yeah, let's go for the corner, turning in quite early, just a bit before the 100-meter board, using the curb on the inside. As you can see, I'm releasing a bit the brakes right now. I'm even lifting, so as you can see, no brakes there. And then I'm gonna focus on the apex of this curb, of this corner. Sometimes I'm using the inside curb, but I think it's a bit bouncy again on the outside, and it can just push you on the too wide on the exit. And sometimes you can get the off track because, like I said, they changed the track limits. So if you go over that red and white curb, you can get the off track. So I prefer to not use it if I can, if my line is good, especially there. If I'm wide enough to get a wider line, I'm not gonna go over that curb. I think this time I didn't took the curb, which is good because it gives me a better exit. It's not bouncy, so it's way better for the traction. Still on the brakes, and now I'm gonna hit the throttle. As you can see, nearly no curb. I don't think I even took the curb this time, but even if I took it, it was really slightly. You can exit quite wide there, but not too much, not as much as before. Like I said, they changed the track limits. So as you can see now, I'm just using the white and red curb, which is more than enough. On to Tosa now, which is the hairpin, turn 7. I'm gonna use that 100 meter board. I'm gonna brake few meters after. I'm gonna go down to third gear. You can have quite a late apex even if I'm going really early inside. Both racing lines, are good, but I decide to go tighter most of the time. Quite early on the throttle now. Gonna use as much as I can on the outside. You can exit quite wide there, so you can basically use all the curb, white and red curb. And now we're gonna move on Piratella, which is turn 9. All right, here we go. I'm gonna brake at the like Tosa. I'm gonna brake like slightly after the 100 meter board. You can brake. You don't have to brake really strong. A slightly brake is more than enough because you can carry a lot of speed, and it's quite wide on the exit. You can use the curb. Quite a lot of curb. So yeah. As you can see, I'm braking already 80%. I'm gonna look at the apex there, using all the curb on the inside. And then I'm gonna go early on throttle. When I'm gonna hit the curb, I'm gonna be back on throttle, as you can see, 50%. And then I'm gonna look at the curb, the white and red curb on the outside. I'm gonna try to go with my left wheels on it. It's fine about track limits. I didn't went that wide on this lap, but if you are pushing quite a lot, you can go with your left wheels on the curb. But do not go over that white and red curb, otherwise you're gonna get the slowdown. Now we move on Aqua Minerale, which is the trickiest part of the track with this car because, especially on the brakes, if you brake too hard, basically on the first stage of the brake, you're gonna lose the rear, which is really like an easy thing to do on this part of the track, and then you can just kill yourself because with the grass you have no way to get back the car. So I'm gonna look at the 100 meter board, which is on the left side of the track, just behind the tree. Now, all the way on the left of the track. Now I'm gonna start to brake. I'm gonna brake like really slightly, like I said, not a lot of brake because I can lose the rear easily. Gonna look at the apex, which is right there on the inside. Gonna use all the curb because it's quite smooth over this curb. As you can see, not a lot of brakes, like 20% or something. Not a lot, definitely. Now I'm gonna try to go like straight with the steering to reach this curb. So at that point, I'm gonna brake stronger. As you can see, I'm 50% at that point. I was 20% before. So it's definitely stronger. But I can do it because I'm going straighter this time. And I was basically turning in before, so it's safer this time to go stronger on the brakes. I'm gonna use all the curb on the outside to have a better exit for the exit of Acqua Minerale. On the curb now, still on the brakes, and at that point I'm gonna go back on throttle right there when I'm gonna get close of the curb on the inside. And now I'm gonna look at the exit, which is just on the right of the screen right there. And then I'm gonna use all the curb on the outside. Do not go too wide because it's quite easy to get the off track, but it's definitely more than enough for the exit to use the curb, the red and white curb. As you can see now, I'm gonna go with this camera quite wide on the exit. You can also like reduce a bit the distance by going as wide as you can on the exit. So now we're gonna move on Variante Alta, which is turn 14 and 15. I'm gonna go faster. All right, here we go. So for the braking points, I'm gonna brake few meters in front of the 50-meter board. I'm gonna brake quite early to not out braking myself to have a good exit, because if you brake like too late, you're just gonna not having a good exit. You're gonna have to put more steering angle. You're gonna miss the apex of the first corner of the chicane, and then the straight is quite long. It's not huge, but you can still have a great overtake opportunity for Rivazza. So yeah, just make sure that you are having a good braking zone there to not compromise the chicane. Like I said before, they changed the track limit, so you cannot go over the curbs really aggressively. So I advise just to go with your right wheels and left wheels over the curb. You cannot go like really quickly all the way with the car over the curb. So be careful with that. It's so easy to get the off track. So 50 meter board on the left. I'm gonna brake a few meters before. Right now, full brake. And now I'm gonna look at the sausage curb on the inside. I'm gonna go with the chase camera. It's gonna be better to see the track limits, and then I'm gonna go back with the cockpit camera to show you how I took the chicane. So here we go. Now, as you can see, just my right wheels on the first sausage curb, and now I'm gonna turn in for the exit just with my left wheels, and that way it's fine. You're not gonna take the off track. Same for the exit of Variante Alta. Just do not go over that red and white curb because you're gonna take the off track. It was really close there, and same if you go over that green part over that curb, you're gonna take the slowdown. So be really careful on the exit of this chicane. So now I'm gonna go back with the cockpit cam. Here we go. On the brakes, looking for the curb on the inside with my right wheels turning in. Now releasing the brakes. Sit on the brakes now on the curb. And now I'm gonna go back on throttle to prepare my exit. Left wheels on the curb. And there we go for the exit, using the curb on the outside, which is fine. And here we go for the next corner, which is Rivazza, the last two corners of the track. On the left of the track, and now I'm gonna move to the right of the track. I'm gonna go as straight as I can to prepare my braking zone. I'm gonna look at the. Basically, I'm braking more by instinct in this corner, but I saw that I was braking around that 100-meter board. So if you don't have any like braking reference and you're struggling a bit, you can use that 100-meter boards. You can brake few meters before or few meters after. I think it depends of the cars, but yeah, if you are confident, you can I think brake a bit later, like few meters after that 100-meter board. But that's what I used for now. As you can see on the brakes now, strong braking zone, like full brakes. And now I'm gonna look at the inside of the apex of the corner. Now I'm gonna use as much as I can of the curb. You don't have to go like really aggressively over the curb, because I think it's enough track, if I'm right. Now I'm releasing the brakes. I'm gonna use the curb. I'm gonna go with the chase cam, rear chase. All right, using the curb. I was quite aggressive on this lap actually. I thought I was a bit more careful, but yeah, I used quite a lot of curb. I'm gonna go back with the cockpit camera to show you that from the cockpit. As you can see, turning in using the curb. And now I'm gonna look at the exit. There, you can go like quite wide, like the other corners. Do not go over that white and red curb. Anyway, I think if you go wider than that, you're gonna go in the grass, so it's not good. You're gonna get the off track, and you're just gonna be outside of the track and compromise your exit for the last corner. And now we're gonna approach the last corner. I'm gonna keep with fourth. I'm not gonna go with third because I think it's just killing a bit your speed. You're not gonna carry a lot of speed if you go with third. So I prefer to stay with fourth. The car has some torque, so it's way better to stay with fourth. Same for this corner. You can get the off track if the slowdown. Sorry, if you are too aggressive on the inside. So just stay like careful with the curb. Do not go too aggressively over the curb. Stay gentle with it. Gonna go with the chase cam, and as you can see, I think you can use half of the curb. Like if you go too close of this the edge of that curb, you're gonna get the slowdown. I think I'm not really sure of what is the limit for the slowdown, but I'm pretty sure that if you are really close of the edge of the curb, you're gonna get the slowdown. So I'm just using the half of the green part of the curb. Now I'm gonna go back with the cockpit camera to show you that from the inside. Right. So just a bit of brakes there, and you don't need to brake a lot. And now back on throttle. And for the exit, same. It's a bit more harsh than before. You cannot really be close of the gravels anymore now. So you're just gonna have to use the red and white curb on the outside with your left wheels, and yeah, it's more than enough anyway. You can get a good like exit. Of course, you cannot carry as much speed as before because you cannot go wider, but it's okay right now anyway. It can be a bit tricky with warm tires, but yeah, it's fine. Now, as you can see, left wheels on the curb, and now the lap is over to the straight finish line. And yeah, that's it for the lap, guys. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you learned a bit from it. That's it for this season with the TCR for the IMSA Michelin Pilot Challenge. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And yeah, see you next season for new lap guides. See you guys. Bye.